All right, for these ornaments, I've got a couple of wooden blanks. These were just from Amazon. There was a whole bunch of them. I've done a few things with them. I've had a lot of failures with them, so let's fingers crossed on this one. So we've got the wooden blanks. This is just a laminating sheet. It's an Amazon brand laminating sheet. There's a massive box of them I have. Just stuff that I have lying around. I've got my heat press, and I've got my printed design on sublimation paper. Please don't forget when you're printing to turn off the bleed. These are not going to work. So reprinted, bleed off, ready to go. We're actually going to set and warm up our iron to 385. So I'm taking my lamination sheet, and I just need the one page. There's always two pages because these things are like pockets. And I just need enough to cover my blanks. Oh, I cut that one crooked. I wasn't sure if it was going to make it. And I've got some parchment here. You want a parchment underneath. This is a brand new mat. I've never had one of these before. Michael's was having a big sale yesterday, so I went and stocked up on a few things. And I treated myself to a nice mat. So these kind of have a shiny side and a matte side. The matte side towards the blank. Shiny side up. Another layer of parchment, and we're just going to put the iron on it and set the timer for 1 minute. Oh, I hope nothing moved. And I'll be right back when this is done. Alright, that is 60 seconds. They're still warm, so we're just going to let them cool down for a second. You can see they've given just a nice shiny lamination layer. So I'm just going to give those a minute to cool down, and I'm going to trim around the outside. Leave your iron on. We will need that again. Alright, so I am just going to run a blade. On the outside. To be honest, I'm not sure which one's easier, the mini blade or this one. You could even use a pair of scissors, although I don't think the scissors are going to get close enough. No, they're not. So we'll stick to the blades. The mini blade works best, actually. Essentially, this is a Cricut blade in a pen. You see that? There we go. Maybe they call it a craft knife. All right, we've got our laminated wood and our designs. And I'm just going to use the light of my window so I can see the edge of the wood and line up my design. Sorry you can't see this on camera, but I need the, probably use a light board, like a, you know, a light table, a tracing board to do this. But right now I don't have that on, so I'm just using my window to line that up. And then heat-proof tape to make sure it doesn't move. There's one. And there's two. And I'm going to put my parchment, which is over here. Oh, this is what I do to these mats, is I always forget to move them and then I melt them. Not my first mat. Back to the Cricut mat. And I'm gonna keep it on 385 and another minute. There's a moment that happens when you look at what you've done, and even before you lift the paper, you know that you done screwed up. I forgot. I haven't done sublimation in years, and I finally caved and I bought myself a sublimation printer because printers have come down so much in price and you can get sublimation ink on Amazon now. And I just bought one of those eco tanks, so it's pretty easy not fiddling with cartridges. And I realized that I didn't mirror the image. So all of that work, and this is what I got. Two of them. So, this time around, because it was so difficult to cut out this area, I have traced the circles, and I just, moved it so I could fill in the gap here. I don't want this part to be laminated. It's too difficult, and I'm just going to cut out the circles, re-laminate them, reprint my sheets, and we're going to do it again. All right, so when you pre-cut the laminate, it shrinks, which sucks. So we're gonna do it again. It's too bad too because it, if it just shrank a little bit, that would be okay, but this shrunk a lot. That's just shy of ½ an inch on the sides. So back to the first technique, and I'm just not going to put it on the top. I've been thinking for a while about doing a whole crafting series on following other tutorials, because the amount of times I have found stuff that just doesn't work. I've taken, it takes a ton of time and materials, and to be like, wow, that didn't work, and that didn't work, and one of the biggest ones I found that it took a lot of trial and error was shaker resin molds. It was a lot of figuring out how to make those work because there was always a step missing. There was always something that didn't come out quite right and caused a lot of upset and swearing. So anyways, those are set. Let's try this again. I don't want those to move. Back on a minute and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're back. We're laminated, we're trimmed. We have the sublimation sheets, which have been mirrored this time. Parchment paper. Cricut. Heat press. Go. See you in a minute. Okay, let's try this again. They have mostly cooled down. There is a bit of an odor to this. The plastic definitely lets off something in the air. I am turning the camera off and I'm kind of going across the room. I'm by an open window. You know, masks would probably be a good idea. Just protect yourself. You know, there's enough stuff going into our bodies. So this just turns out so amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty quick. So let's decorate those and see the finished product. I'm just going to add a few finishing touches to these ornaments. I'm just adding gold at the top and just some bows that I tied, and I'm just going to glue those on with a little E6000. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I do try to show my screw-ups because they happen to everybody, and there's always things we can learn. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.